Sugodi everyone. For today, I am going to discuss of my topic which is lesson 4, the government and politics in public administration. Government and Politics in Public Administration by Carlton Clymer Rudy, Carl Quimby, Crystal, and Toton James Anderson, that there should be a clear distinction between politics or the formation of public policy. On the other hand, administration or the carrying out of such policy in democracy must be the result of give and take of politics and politicians. But administration should be entrusted to the trained expert administrators chosen for their competence and not their political affiliation. So, this is according to Marshall A. D. Mock, Gladys O. D. Mock, and Louis Koenig. An understanding of politics is the key to an understanding public administration. So, we need to understand what is politics so that we can also understand of what is public administration. So, politics. What is politics? Politics is not a partisan politics but the activities of an interest group which permit the whole fabric of government. So, ano siya? Ang politics, dili siya ingon na follow sa politics lang jud, but ang activities sa government is involve ang politics, or ang politics it is an activities of an whole government activities siya. Politics is like government, it stands for the public interest. So ang politics parihara siya sa government, nag-stand og public interest. Public interest, for example, is the public benefit, the public good, and the common good. The latter in the sense of public having the common purpose rather than goods. Muna siya. So, what is the ultimate justification for the existence of any form of government? So according to Arthur Bentley observed, group creates government and then use it. So group of people, for example, group of people. So ang group of people nag-create of government. So kita ang nag-create of government, tapos ato ang gigamit, diba ang purpose sa government is to protect people and give their needs. Diba mo na? Therefore, the public administration works in highly political environment. Moreover, much of the work done in public administration begins with the concept of political science. So, ang mga nahuman sa public administration start sa political science. Diba kung kinahanglan o kung ma-learn na to ang public administration, first kailangan natong mahibalan kung sa ang political science katong mga sociology, economic, law, di ba? Una to siya nato ma-learn, tapos una na to siya ma-learn, tapos ma-learn na din nato ang unsa jud ang public administration. In this chapter, attempts will be made to consider the following subject. First, foundation of government and politics. Next, politician-administrator accord. And the last is implication to public administration. So the foundation of government and politics is nashay culture. Culture, it is a way of life. It refers to the abstraction of characteristic acquired by an individual or group of individuals through learning after birth. So, kung mingon tag culture, it is ang nakasanayan. Nakasanayan nato siya. Foundation of government and politics. For example, sa imuhang pamilya, nagdako ka nga ang imuhang pamilya is na ano siya sa government, kanang imuhan lang nakasanayan na pamumuhay, na ang imuhang pamilya is involved sa government, mayor, nana. So, pag mudako ka, murag makuan po nimo ang murag gusto po nimo mudagan og politics, mahimong mayor, ana siya, foundation of government, gikan siya, nagikan. It's learning after birth. So political science view, it is a distinct aspect of social life of politics, economics, and religion. Moreover, this aspect of social organization comprise the wholeness of a way of life of a person or group, which through anthropologies is culture. So anthropologies, kung aha nagikan, di ba, aha nagikan ang public administration, is culture. So, the next man to. So, the next social elements constitute culture, which include the family system, child rearings, and the language they speak and write. So, ang social elements nag-constitute sa culture, na which includes the family system, child rearings, and the language they speak and write. On the other hand, politics is a search for ends as well as means. It is the whole range of man's endeavor to govern himself, to provide a structure and practice for the exercise of political power. So according to Leslie Lipson, politics is deeply involved in the fundamental of social order and shares in its characteristic. Hence, the analysis of society begins where society itself begins. That is with the formation of group. Society is a system of groups, and these are breeding ground for politics. So ang politics is nakuan lagi siya sa kanang gibuhat siya by group of people, society. Kanang kung wala ang society, wala po'y politics. Then society is a system of group of people good, and these are breeding ground for politics. Sa society gidira nagikan ang politics, tungod sa society, group of people, naay politics. The viability of any political organization is affected by various factors. Among these factors are people, territory, natural resources, technology, and economic capacity to make the political unit alive. The citizens' need and demands made upon the government also contribute to the viability of political unit. So, di ba ang kita, mga citizens, nagdemands ta sa government, then also they provide our needs. In all political communities, there is a widespread expectation that government should pursue what is variously called public interest, the general welfare, or the common good. So sa mga political communities, dapat ang government ilhadyong i-pursue of what is variously called public interest. Diba ang public interest katong mga public benefit, public good, mga yun ana. Then when say the general welfare or the common good. The capacity to keep implies an ability to live with the past of a community or political unit and its people, making use the past as a take-off ground for future action, future policies, and future organization. The capacity to alter would be a go signal for any political worker to sift through varied grains of the past what needs to be changed at present, or what could possibly be changed in the immediate future in the pursuit of an immediate goal. So kung maingon tag capacity to keep, it is an ability to live with the past of a community or political unit and its people. So kanang mga future action, kanang sa kuan na siya mga future policies and future organization. When we say capacity to alter, it is a go signal for any political worker. Kanang kung unsa to ang sa past, pwede pa siya ma-change sa present or sa future in the pursuit of an immediate goal. So, dito sa Politician-Administrator Accord. The viability of public administration depends to a great extent on the political stability of the country. So, ang viability of political administration nagdepends lang siya sa great extent on the political stability of the country. The Filipino professor of public administration put in its way, politics and public administration are so intertwined as to make it impossible to speak of one without mentioning the other. The fact is, there can be no public administration without politics and no politics without public administration. Ended. All aspects of government operation revolve in a political milieu. So, klaro kaayo na walay public administration kung walay politics ug wala po'y politics kung walay public administration. On the issue of relationship with the politicians, the Traitor-Foster Politicians Administrator Accord without playing politics and unduty giving is to the partisan demands of the politician to the detriment of the government service. At this point, it is the duty of the administrator to endeavor to accommodate such requests without sacrificing the interests of the government, since he cannot divorce or separate politics from administration. The administrator, on the other hand, should know that politicians owe their duties not only to general population but also to their particular constituents. Thus, at times, it is the desire of politicians to be of service to the people they represent that causes their viewpoints to become myopic or parochial. The Politicians' Administrator Accord may be fostered by social relation to the extent permitted by public duty and good sense, giving the due consideration to political recommendations, and an intelligent discussion of the needs of public administration jointly by legislator and administrator. Implication to public administration. The American concept of democracy and government fitted somehow the minds of possibly enterprising Filipino statesmen. As a result, Filipinos seems to cling on the popular concept of the government of laws, which had been the greatest hallmark of American life, and all those states which embraced this form of popular government until President Ferdinand A. Marcos took a bold step for the revolutionary reforms of the country when he signed Presidential Proclamation number 1081 on September 21, 1972. So according to General Carlos P. Romoli, then Secretary of Foreign Affairs, speaking on the same vein said, academic categories, the cold and arid classification of political science, the pontification of scholars, dogmas, simplification, names, words, only words, do not matter a great deal, with a people must brace themselves up to the task of building themselves a new society. In Nepal, for instance, the monarch and his subject are governed by Dharma, a system drawn from the Hindu religion. So sa Nepal, ang ilahang subject are governed for Dharma, a system drawn from the Hindu religion. The king cannot change this value system, a code that leaves the king with no choice but to live according to the rules and has his being only to protect the people, to dispense justice to them, and punish the wrongdoers. So sa Nepal, ang king is dili niya ma-change ang ilahang value system. Ang no choice ang king but to live according to the rules. Naa sila yung rules nga kinahanglan sundon. And the king is being only to protect the people, dispense justice to them, to punish the wrongdoers o katurang mga nakasala, yun na. At the same time, public administrators also seem to be freed with recognizing law where it is in domestic society. Right, Louis Hinkins, it includes the structure of government and the institution, forms and procedures whereby a society carries on its daily activities. So, public administration should look beyond the realm of culture, government, and politics to be most responsive to the needs of people and to be really effective in its function. So, ang public administration, nag-look beyond siya sa the real culture. Kung unsa jud ang nakasanayan na ang government o ang politics is responsible to give the needs of the people and also to protect the people and to be really effective in its function. Thank you and God bless.